Mansa Musa, the richest man in human history. Worth over $400 billion by today's standards, he is worth more than Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos combined. Despite his unimaginable riches, the story of Mansa Musa is so remarkable that he is most known for making huge strides forward in religion, education, and culture for the Mali Empire. Having more money than most of us will see in 100 lifetimes isn't even the most interesting thing about Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa took on the title of Mansa, which means emperor, in 1312. He did not use violence to become emperor. In fact, the old Mansa simply gave him control of the empire. This older Mansa, named Mansa Abu Bakari II, one day left with a fleet of ships to sail across the Atlantic Ocean. Mansa Musa was only supposed to be in charge till the old Mansa returned, but he never did. Perhaps he got lost at sea or successfully crossed the Atlantic to find South America. We will never find out the truth. This left Mansa Musa as the 10th ruler of the Mali Empire in the middle of the golden age of African trade. The empire was flourishing as West African gold became popular among traders across the region. The Mali Empire was especially rich in gold. At its peak, it was the largest gold producer in the world, with around 50% of the global gold supply coming from the gold mines of Mali. Gold was not the only resource of Mansa Musa's empire. As the largest empire in West Africa, many of its territories were also rich in salt, another popular resource along the many trade routes. Mansa Musa was a dreamer who did not take this good fortune for granted. He studied and improved his trade routes for gold and salt even more, allowing the Mali Empire to start trading with brand new regions in Asia and across more parts of Africa. For the next 12 years, the empire would prosper and expand under Mansa Musa's rule. Then, he set out to perform the Hajj, a 4,000-mile pilgrimage to the sacred city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia. Mansa Musa had always been a religious man and devout Muslim, so this journey had a very special and personal meaning for him. Everyone who saw Mansa Musa's caravan would describe it as an amazing sight they would never forget. This remarkable man led one of the most epic journeys in human history. When he set out on a religious pilgrimage, he was accompanied by 100 elephants, 80 camels, and 60,000 people who were soldiers and warriors of the Mali Empire. The warriors were wearing the finest silks and carried golden staffs highlighting the wealth of Mansa Musa's empire. They were also carrying 21 tons of gold in the form of gold bars and gold dust. These were common forms of currency used in the 14th century. Today, that much gold would be worth over $1 billion. To some, this was a grand display of pride from Mansa Musa, but he did not forget the religious virtues this journey was about and never intended for this gold to be shown off. As Mansa Musa traveled through dozens of cities on the way to Mecca, he started spending and giving away his gold to the people he passed, many who were poor and in need of help. This was Mansa Musa's way of giving zakat, one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Zakat teaches the sharing of wealth back to the community in the form of donations. Due to Mansa Musa's generosity, the residents in Cairo, Medina, and Mecca became so rich in gold that it caused the local economy to collapse. Prices skyrocketed as people started buying the things they previously could not afford, and the value of gold dropped since it was now a less unique resource. As a further effort to bring the community together through the values of Islam, Mansa Musa and his followers also built a mosque wherever they found themselves each Friday in honor of this sacred day of worship. The pilgrimage ended up spanning 2 years. To this day, history remembers Mansa Musa's epic journey as one of the biggest events that had ever existed. By the time he returned, Mansa Musa had gathered a following of world-famous teachers, artists, scholars, and architects. These were remarkable people who shared in Mansa Musa's vision and wanted to join him in shaping the Mali Empire. Around that time, Timbuktu had peacefully joined the empire. Mansa Musa sought to make the most of its location along major trade routes and immediately worked on transforming the city of Timbuktu into a center of business and knowledge. The new followers who he brought back from his pilgrimage would go on to play an important role in using their skills to build and run new mosques and schools in Timbuktu. One such follower was an architect from Cairo who went on to design and build the Djinguereber Mosque. This mosque is one of the 3 great mosques within Timbuktu, now recognized as a World Heritage Site. In addition, Mansa Musa established the region's first major university, Sankor Madrasa. It became home to one of the world's largest libraries. Students and scholars from all over the world gathered to this new center in gaining knowledge and experiencing the culture of this thriving city. Today, both the mosque and university are still standing, reminding us of the vision and wealth of Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa ruled the Mali Empire for 25 years. During this time, the richest man in history led his empire to peace. It helped in part of the 24 cities he conquered, as well as dozens of other territories he negotiated with to join his empire willingly. Up to the time of his death, the Mali Empire had grown stronger of culture and knowledge in West Africa. The empire also managed to hold on to almost all of Mansa Musa's wealth. Around 40 years later, one of the most important artifacts in history was created, the Catalan Atlas. This was a map showing the most detailed representation of the world at the time. It included parts of regions occupied by the Mali Empire. Mansa Musa is pictured wearing a lavish crown while holding a scepter in one hand and a gold orb in the other.